Hello and welcome to the latest episode in our series of Antser Subject Matter Expert Talks. In each episode, our subject matter experts come together to discuss key topics and issues currently facing the sectors we work in, from children's and adult services to education and health. Our expertise spans 30 years, and we combine best practice with innovation and new emerging technologies to lead the way in doing things better, in partnership with local authorities and independent providers.
Incredible, isn't it? And do you find that they refer back to the films to reflect on it after they've had the training?
Yeah, they do refer back to the films because they're so blown away by the content of them and the impact on them that they talk about it in supervision groups. They refer back to it on other trainings, and everybody wants to do VR training, so it kind of generates a demand.
I think one of the things that it helps with is, what I said to the group of foster parents that I've trained is, if you're feeling frustrated or that nothing that you do is making a difference with your foster child, imagine that there was a 360 camera in the room where they were growing up. What would their VR film look like? If you had to look at that through a headset, what might that be like? And it really helps them to not just walk in the shoes of a traumatized child, but to imagine what it might have been like for the child they're actually looking after. So I think the subject matter of these films resonates for a long time, and it comes to mind in general everyday situations with fostering, and that is so valuable because quite often training that's taught in a classroom situation, no matter how great the handouts are, no matter how animated the trainer is, no matter how engaging you make it, ultimately you do forget a lot of the content in those courses. With these films, I think these are little golden nuggets that really wire up as a memory in your own brain. You do not forget this subject because you've taken it on board emotionally. You've internalized it in such a powerful way that it's a training topic that doesn't get forgotten.
Nicola and I are used to doing groundbreaking training for foster parents. We've been doing it for about 14, 15 years, but this is a different kind of breakthrough training because it breaks through into the heart of the potential foster parents, and it really blows their minds away.
I was just about to say, you haven't read about Flourish Fostering, and talking with yourselves previously, you offer such a therapeutic service to really allow that safe place for foster parents to really think about what the skills they bring to fostering, actually about their own experiences. And like you say, that the VR kind of adds into all the amazing training and support you offer as a service, doesn't it? And it's such a powerful reflective tool, isn't it, to enhance parenting skills and understanding.
Yes, it is, and we've incorporated it as a module in our level 5 diploma in applied therapeutic practice, which Misha will tell you a bit about. She's the course leader for that.
That's a qualification that we offer foster parents, a level 5 diploma, and the modules are designed to develop the skills of foster parents. But the key thing about any training that we do is developing self-awareness, because I think the more somebody knows themselves, the more they can understand the young person or anybody else in front of them. We've based it on research. For my doctorate, I did research into the therapeutic training for foster parents and what that offers, what they get out of it, how it develops the relationship between self, child, and the network, the professional network. And the key thing that came out of the research is that self-awareness is the thing that will help stop a placement breaking down. It's the self-awareness of the foster parent that will look behind the behaviour, that they'll engage more deeply with the child, but they'll also engage with a professional network by wanting to come to reflective practice meetings, for example, to really think about, well, this happened this week and I did this, but I'm not sure it was exactly the right thing to do. Can we put our heads together about it? And the diploma is like a framework that it holds it all together. And on the diploma, Nicola did one module on trauma using VR.
Yes, and I think that, you know, what was really exciting about this for me, apart from, you know, the excitement of using a brand new technology, which you know, I think it's truly groundbreaking, is that these were foster parents who had already done lots of training, you know, and they're furthering their academic learning, and they've done a lot of training already on the impact of childhood trauma. But this brought a whole new dimension, and there I was in a room full of people that had a good knowledge of trauma, and just within the first seconds of the first VR film that they were watching, they were just amazed by it, and it brought something new to them. And almost all of them said, if I'd had this training right at the beginning, I might have done some things differently, or I would have understood this child or this situation differently. Without exception, they really valued this element of the training. And from my perspective, as a trainer, trying to find a new way of talking about the impact of trauma, it was just amazing to have the discussions afterwards, and the way that the discussion developed was incredible. It's such a valuable tool, and it doesn't need all of that foundation of it pre-existing knowledge. As Mica has already said, we can use this technology and those films with our brand new entry-level foster parents, just to make sure they won't be overwhelmed by the way the child may present themselves.
We've also found some other uses for the videos. So working with parent and child placements as well. So we've used it with people who are about to take a new parent and child to help them understand maybe some of the internal world of the child, and what happens in the brain if they've come from a domestic violence background, that kind of thing. So that's working really well. And also with using it with young people. So during half term, young people are going to get used to the VR headsets by creating their own avatars and spending some time in the social rooms. And then in the next school holidays, or one Saturday, we're going to be doing some training with them on the CSE and CCE films that are in the VR headsets, which I think, again, it'll be quite hard hitting the young people, but a really good way of bringing home a very, very important message that isn't about adults telling them what to do or what not to do.
So that's a course that's called Meet Joe and Aisha, who are two of the young people that are featured in some of the films, and it's based around really, what would you do if Joe was your friend, or what might you say if Aisha was somebody you really cared about, rather than dictate to them, this is what could happen, and you know, what would you do for yourself. We've tried to make it into them observing two young people who could easily be their friends, and seeing how, you know, simple situations just escalate, and they get it, you know, it becomes this web of really quite critical potential danger for them. So we're excited to be starting to offer that for the first time very soon.
Wow, I look forward to hearing all about that as well, because that's the beauty of the VR program, isn't it? Actually, when you apply it alongside other courses, or create courses and support and workshops for young people and foster families, it reduces barriers to allowing a space for people to open up and talk and feel enabled to talk. And it's amazing hearing all the incredible support you offer to your foster families and young people. And thank you so much for sharing that with us today. I've really appreciated it. Thank you.
Welcome.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.